This is
Bathurst,
remarkable.
7:30 p.m. Saturday, the night before the great race. The Bathurst 1000, Mount Panorama, New South Wales, Australia. Brock fans in pursuit. And Peter Brock complies. No complaints, no questions asked. The relentless pursuit of the fans has continued through the week leading up to the race, as it has whenever Brocky is in the public eye. These people are the fuel that powers the legend, the phenomenon that is Peter Brock.
I think it'd be good. I think this thing would actually be a sweet little vehicle to run, wet weather tyres and everything else.
They have travelled to the mountain on a pilgrimage to witness the return of the king of the mountain. It's 15 years since Peter Brock won his last Bathurst 1000, and 5 years since he last drove the notorious circuit. But now, he's come back to Bathurst.
My dear old dog, Dougie, he'd love hopping in there. You put him in there, he's about 14 and he's struggling a bit. Oh, it's very nice.
It's the 40th anniversary of the great race, and the King's 30th anniversary, with the possibility of a 10th win to add to his unparalleled victories over the mountain.
I've got to go. Thank you.
Okay, folks.
You don't have to be a Brock fan to be aware of him and his equally famous 05 car. They've had a dominant impact on all forms of motorsport, particularly in Australia and New Zealand, over many years. Come with us now, as we put you in the passenger seat alongside Brocky for the ride of your life, to trace the remarkable life of this most remarkable Australian.
Thank you.
Thanks, folks.
Well, what do you reckon about that? Hey, mate, I've been waiting years for this sort of shit, you know? I've been following him. I've got all his memorabilia. I've got everything of his. It's just busting our ass. Excuse the expression, to get here to see him and meet him. It's just unbelievable, this bloke. Yeah. I've had this thing for 3 years, but I was going to paint it his colours, his old colours. Yeah. But when I heard him coming back, we just hung out and hooked into it. That's what it's all about, you know? Follow those who love you. All right? All the best. Thanks, matey. Cheers.
With a Bathurst record of 28 starts in succession, 6 pole positions, 9 wins, 11 podium finishes, and 22 finishes, Peter Brock has rightfully earned the crown as King of the Mountain. So why did he contemplate coming back from self-imposed retirement at the age of 57 to tackle what must be one of the world's most demanding touring race car events and confront the young guns of the V8 supercar circuit?
We've had this land here, us Brocks, maybe 140 years. And although it's not that far from Melbourne, it's just a beautiful place to be.
Well, as you can see, it's a magnificent panoramic view up here. Those lovely rolling fields there across the Great Dividing Range. And I suppose you might wonder, is this what your average garden variety ex-racing car driver does in their spare time? Do they all have one of these buildings? Probably not. Probably not. In fact, I'd say that they do not. But it suits me. Places like this, where you can sit back and sort of get life into perspective, they play a very, very important role in allowing you to see life for what it truly is, and that is a magnificent learning experience.
Peter Brock was born on the 26th of February 1945. His parents, Ruth and Jeff Brock, came from Hurstbridge, a small community on the northeast fringe of Melbourne.
Look, as a kid, I really I pushed the envelope. I'll be absolutely clear about that. I think it'd be fair to say my parents probably thought, what have we done to get this kid? I mean, he won't listen to us, he's off there doing his own stuff, and you know, his head's strong and he's just going to do things his way. And certainly I can tell you that I felt compelled to do a lot of things like that. I was very fortunate. I had a fairly athletic sort of approach to life. I could get out there and run and jump and play footy and play cricket and swim and what have you, until cars finally got me. And I thought, yeah, hey, this car business is not bad. I can actually get this thing to do what I tell it to do. And to me, it made a lot of sense.
The warm summer air is suddenly shattered. The young man, Peter Brock, knows that at the Gumtree it's a sharp right. Then over the rise, along the old creek bed. Then a long, slow, snaking curve around a disused orchard. And then back to his excited pit crew.
So, as far as I was concerned, the moment that I actually took to driving, I found something I loved doing. I found what it is in life that was really my heart's desire, the thing I knew was right for Peter Brock.
The Brock family ancestry dates back to the beginning of Australian motorsport. Henry V. James, a great-uncle of Jeff Brock, Peter's father, was a founder of the Automobile Club of Victoria. He organised what became the first races on the east coast of Australia. It was those early family ties that captured Jeff's attention towards motorsport, and the fascination filtered through his young family.
When I started working for Austin Distributors in Melbourne, which used to be the old Austin Healey agents, and they raced them, I used to go along and take Peter and take the family. And of course Peter would never leave the fence, you know, he'd never be looking for ice creams or anything. He was mad keen.
Well, I always knew he'd be involved in some way with cars because he loved them so much. And when he decided to go racing, yes, we encouraged him. We said we would support him.
Well, the first noises he made as a baby were almost motor car noises. And then he'd ride his bike, you know, and he'd ride it as though it had a motor in it. And then he went on from that, you know. Started driving on the farm here in the trucks. My dad used to let him drive the truck around. He'd set it going for him. It's too small to reach the pedals, but he'd steer it while Dad hopped up to the back and threw the grass hay out.
The Brock boys, Neil, Peter, Lewis, Philip, were all exposed to motorised sport at an early age. But Peter positively thrived on life behind a wheel, and this odd-looking vehicle was his outlet. Believe it or not, this was an Austin 7. Peter, with support from his father, assembled this from some derelict 7s in his spare time. In 1960, when Peter was 15, he watched the very first Armstrong 500, the forerunner to the Bathurst 1000, and throughout the day Peter would jump into the beast and thrash around the family paddocks as if he were in the race. 7 years later, Peter realized his ultimate dream. Backed by his parents, his racing debut was made in this ungainly 179 powered Austin A30 at Winton. In it he won a staggering 102 races over 65 meetings, and a motor racing career was launched.
We started going to Bathurst, of course, with his first drive, and that was an amazing situation. We had a business in which Peter was involved called the Diamond Valley Speed Shop, and Peter sat at the phone there, I reckon, for 3 weeks, waiting for Harry Firth to ring him. He'd had an interview with him and done a test drive. And of course, when Harry rang, Peter was over the moon, and he popped in on his way to Bathurst with the race car. They drove it there, and of course, the next day we hopped in our car and away we went. And never been there before, went up the mountain and had a pretty rugged time really, but anyway, he came in third and we were really pleased about that.
This car is a replica of the 1963 Cortina GT that Bob Jane and Harry Firth drove to victory here at Mount Panorama in the first year.
And they used to tell us, the New South Wales people, tell, oh, this is our piece of dirt up here, you people don't know what you're doing. Well, I think we proved that wrong.
Certainly did, yeah. Took over the race there early.
Well, we drove around Bathurst in an entirely different way to what they did. Because we used to go, for instance, before that at Phillip Island, we'd just take a stand in the car and go down and do 500 miles. See what broke.
Yep.
Well, we were quite used to, you know, dealing with new tracks and all that sort of thing. And we evolved a completely different way of going around Bathurst to what the locals did. I go up there, I've been there the last couple of years, I'm going to go up again this year.
Harry and I formed a very special sort of bond over 30 years. In many respects, I suppose I was the son that he never had, and that he's always supported me and given me little tidbits of information and shared a lot with me. And we do get along very well. I mean, I admire Harry enormously, and I know that he's got a bit of a soft spot for me as well.
Another great influence in Brockie's motor racing career is Ron Harrop, another Bathurst veteran.
But as I went over the hump up the back straight there and brake to the corner, there was just nothing at all, and just went into the fence, probably about 80 mile an hour, I'd say.
Well, I've certainly known Peter for, geez, it must be 30-something years anyway. I can remember when I probably first met him was on trips when he was going to Oran Park in Sydney with his A30, and I was going to Castlereagh, which was a drag strip in Sydney, and he had his 179 engine A30 and I had a 179 engine FJ Holden, and we'd sometimes meet in roadhouses along the way.
From hotted-up Tiranas to high-end technology, Ron Harrop is today one of the world's leaders in automotive engineering.
Ron Harrop and I had been talking for some time about getting involved and getting a race team happening. Ron, brilliant engineer and well known in the motor racing world, sort of thought, I want to do something. I want to get out there and start building bits and pieces and getting out there and showing the rest of the world that my company has that expertise, and so he'd use it to keep his company's name out there and get a few of those other race teams knocking on his door saying, hey, we need what you've got.
Although Brock's decision to drive has not been announced, Team Brock was gearing itself for the great race. The famous 05 racing number was still in mothballs. Team Brock would drive the 54 car.
Trim and taut, terrific. Something on? What do you have on your agenda for the next little while, say the next month or so?
I've got my fitness regime, of course, down there, a bit of a swim and stuff like that.
By now, speculation and rumours were rife about the possible return of Peter Brock. But one of the main concerns about him driving again was the uncertain ability of a 57-year-old body to withstand the demands such a race would put on a V8 supercar driver.
I've had different people say to me at times that, oh yeah, you've been thinking about this for a while. Oh yeah, this has sort of been happening. It's been in the loop. And I've seen you out there sort of training and looking after your health and stuff like that. And I thought, well, someone else knows something I don't know. Because I was just doing it. I mean, I was just out there. I decided, I guess, going back towards the earlier months of the year 2002 to sort of, I thought I feel like doing a bit of exercise. I felt like I was sort of sitting around and stagnating a bit. Not that I was inactive, but I just felt like it. And so I just started a bit of swimming and a bit of walking and a bit of general stuff to get my body moving. And curiously enough, when the offer was put to me and I sort of thought about it and thought, oh, that's an interesting proposition. And one of the areas that I could totally dismiss was I physically capable of doing it? I mean, a lot of people figure that once you get to a certain time in life, that you are incapable of doing certain things. It's a limitation, I guess, that people impose upon themselves because of, I suppose, every book they read, the newspapers, etc. say, oh, if you're a certain age, that's it, you are over the hill. So I've always been a bit of a contrary side, haven't I, Beth?
That goes without saying. But the bottom line of it all is that your commitment to doing this properly has been greater than I've ever seen it before. I'd have to say right back from when I first got to know you, and we were a lot younger then, in fact, you were averse to the thought of ever going to the gym.
Oh,
this is the first time in your life you've ever done
gym?
Nine have got a cross at
August 14th, 2002 at Motorola headquarters in Melbourne. The announcement the motoring world was waiting for.
Huge story. His attitude has been, when the time is right, when he's got everything organised, well, he'll do it. Well, the time is right, he has got everything organised, so he's Peter Brock. I'll tell you for why.
Thanks, Plastic. Thanks, folks. Firstly, it does give me a great deal of delight to be here, particularly at Motorola's offices to make this announcement. I've certainly been part of the decision-making process. A number of reasons. I suppose the geriatrics of Australia, the pensioners, the over 55s, etc., they're all hanging out for this, saying, well, if Brocky did do it, maybe there's hope for me. Going to Bathurst this year is going to be one of the great adventures of my life.
And I think I can potentially make a bit of a statement for people here who are perhaps figuring that life has passed them by. And I know a lot of kids I went to school with and a lot of people that I've began my motor racing career with, a lot of them have basically given up. They say, I can't, no, I don't see it that way, and I've always made sure that my body's working right and everything else, so that when I want to do something, well, my body responds, yeah.
But there are those people who have said that you went out on a high and why blot your copybook? And I have to be honest, when we first told James, his thing was that...
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, ever since he left his last race at Bathurst, where unfortunately they didn't finish but had quite a good start to it, you know, everyone's always sort of asked me, you know, if he's going to go back and do it again, and when are you two going to join up and do the race together and all that sort of stuff. And honestly, I'm not sure if I don't know how I'd feel about him going back out there and doing it again. It's a hard question for someone who's had so much success. Whether going back out there would be a wise thing to do, but I don't know. I suppose he still, at the end of the day, loves driving. The passion's never left him, and after doing Targa this year, he's definitely not lost any of his talent.
Targa Tasmania is one of the world's greatest motoring events. In April 2002, Peter Brock and son James competed with all the aggression and determination to win that you could expect from a car with that famous name stenciled on the side.
Saying to James, don't look at results, just go each day and see where they're going to start off each morning. Go, oh, we're doing all right.
Well, I'm telling you, you're either in 6th or 7th.
Well, all I can say is that there must be some sort of error going on, but it's every now and then things work our way, so this is good.
So I think it's going to be it'll be a very interesting thing to see, and I'm sure that he'd have a lot of support out there to go and do it. And look, if he does, I just wish him all the best.
Targa Tassie was something that did affect my decision-making process a bit. I remember Plastic ringing Bev just after Targa and saying, Bev, geez, Brock went pretty well down here. Has he thought about sort of the mountain bits? And come on, give me a break. She said, you know him, he will or he won't, depending on what he... No, he sort of said, why don't you use your influence? She said, yeah, you're wasting time, you know.
We've grown up with Brocky, mate. That's why we follow HRT, because Brock is HRT. So, you know, if you want to follow a car, mate, follow Brocky.
Yeah, I reckon it's great. Fantastic. Good to see. Champion like Brocky should be there.
Doesn't mean anything to me, mate. I'm a Dodge man.
Oh, I just think the King of the Mountain and all that history coming back, I think it's fantastic.
I just think Peter Brock coming back to the Bathurst Mountain is the best thing that's ever happened.
We'll be there to see him.
We'll be there to see him.
I never got to see Brocky at Bathurst, but this year I'm going to get to, so that'll be a great thing, I reckon.
The legend, and we're going to be there to see. Yeah.
Peter Brock.
He's a legend.
He's a legend, top bloke.
Brocky, well, I'm a Ford fan from hell, but Brocky's a legend.
Yeah, I hope he wins it.
I wouldn't even know his age. Oh, is he? He's old.
He's never too old. Never too old to drive a car. So everyone's really keen. They all want him back.
I think it's awesome. He's an awesome driver. He's excellent.
He drives a Holden car. He used to. Holden rocks!
I think it's great. Can't wait to race against him at Bathurst.
So what are you driving?
I'm driving for Caterpillar. So yeah, it'll be good fun. I might be able to learn something from him.
I really think that he can stir some of these people up and show them what it's about. He wasn't a champion that long for nothing. He knows what it's all about and he knows how to do it.
It'll be really good to see him come back. I reckon it'll be a classic. I would like to see him win, even though I'm a Ford fan, I would like to see him win.
It's a good driver. Love him, mate.
You know, in your last race, you might have been leading at Bathurst, but the car didn't finish. Well, nobody remembers that. They just remember that you went out there giving 110%, and your fans, no matter what you do, are going to be there totally supporting you. So it's, you know, there was a lot of questions, a lot of soul searching, and I have to say that
at the end of the day, but it was realistically not an easy decision to make, but it went from being an interesting idea into being something which I regard now as being, you know, pretty well essential.
Absolutely.
Because there's so many other factors involved. I mean, we've got our own V8 supercar race team.
I guess I've always had a feeling that a car's got to look right. And I'm talking about how stickers are placed on the car. And let's face it, that's a major part of how motor racing works. I mean, the sponsors are there and they all like to have their sign as big as possible, but there's got to be a balance about it all. There's got to be a look that says this car is right. There's a balance about it, cohesiveness about it. And when you look at the symmetry of I guess, there's the front of the car, there's the back of the car, there's the lines going through it, etc. It's got to look right. And I guess the very first time I noticed that was back in 1972 with the Tirana XU1s, which popped up with a brand new paint job and immediately went fast. If a car looks good and people feel good about it, it goes a long way towards, I guess, that team, getting that team spirit that is so vital to winning races. I think going to Bathurst this year is going to be one of the great adventures of my life.
Looks all right, though.
When the idea was put to me by the people that run V8 supercar racing, people from Avesco, as things progressed, it became obvious that this was more than an interesting proposal. It was almost becoming what I would term to be something that was essential if we were really going to get our team to operate at the very highest levels. Well, Richo, it's going to be good up there. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
George Reynolds co-drove with Bob in 1964 and he's here this morning as well.
There's a few blokes here.
It's amazing how you over 55ers just automatically gravitate to one another.
What, you two?
No, you're in there.
Over 55?
No,
Yeah.
No,
no, not.
I'm a youngster.
Yeah. 54 and 3/4.
54 and 3/4.
You're going to crack 55 up there?
I'll be 55 just before up there.
Will you really?
That was huge coverage, Brock. Darren Hinch wants to speak to you too.
Does he?
Do you want to have a word to him?
Sure.
Brock interviews. Can I get you and Bob more controversy? Sorry.
Yeah, I do. More.
If I get Triple Evans.
What are you doing there? You're going, what are you doing? You go, no, it's foolish. Hello, Bob.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you, Bob.
Bob, how's things?
Good, mate. Dickie boy.
Good.
Hi, mate.
Welcome out.
Thanks, mate.
You driving with him, Bob? Or?
Yeah, Bob and I.
We've all heard a lot about this man in the last day or so. Peter Brock is here this morning. So too is Jim Richards, Dick Johnson. Understand Larry Perkins and Russell Ingall may have just turned up. John Harvey is here. Mark Scaife, the defending Bathurst champion. Jason Bright, Greg Murphy, Garth Tander and Jason Bardwana are also here. So if those drivers could just come up towards the front of the stage there and we can grab a quick photo opportunity. Basically, folks, the...
H.
Tony Longhurst is here, of course.
Yeah, I think you should.
Mark
I need you, Harry.
Congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
Good news, good news.
Put your hands together, folks, past and present champions at Mount Panorama. These are the guys that made this race so special, such an integral part of Australian motorsport history.
Although the inevitability of the great race is looming, Brock has no hesitation in honouring commitments made to friends and colleagues. What he wasn't to know was that those commitments had the potential to shatter his dream of tackling the mountain one more time.
All the big names in racing are here. Brock, Goss, Grice, Richards, Carter, Rogers, Morris, Shivers, Harrop, Harvey and Bartlett. The legends really warmed up the HQs and the fans took advantage of the rare chance to rub shoulders with so many heroes that shaped the sport they love.
At this particular point in time, I'm not too sure which track we're on or actually what the whole format is, so it's going to be a very interesting experience.
They may be legends of yesteryear, but they aren't afraid to learn some new tricks. You would not believe this. They're going to do battle at the Speedway on the dirt in, of all things, go-karts.
What was meant to be a fun night go-karting ended in near tragedy.
How you feeling?
Oh, not too good.
Not too good. Look pretty spectacular up there.
Yeah, well, spun, drove to the top of him, and landed on the something in my bit back there isn't good.
On Sunday, August 25th, less than 24 hours after the go-karting crash with a compressed vertebra and suspected neck and shoulder injury, Brock tackled the unforgiving Australian Safari Rally for 8 days of bone-shattering outback torture. These were to be 8 days that would test not only his body, but question his philosophy and resolve to return to Bathurst.
It was a bit of a big accident yesterday for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was last night. As we speak, it was Saturday night at the Speedway in Darwin. And I thought this is a long, long way away from the start of the Australian Safari at Bathurst. The first thing I thought of was this machine is bouncing up and down the road. I thought, Safari, uh-oh. Anyway, I decided to do it, come down here. And, you know, it's strange. Once you start,
in a stage, and you get into the rhythm of the whole thing. If you can stop your mind from wandering, it works out okay. If you think about how sore you feel, you get sore.
I was quite happy to see the finish sign come up. I can tell you my body is just very rough. Need to be accurate. Good challenge for a driver, so very good challenge.
There you go, Wayne.
Challenge for a navigator, it's really a challenge.
Oh, if you want fuel, if you need fuel, you'll get it at Albert.
Okay.
Despite the problems, Webster and Brock won their class. During the rally, Peter Brock had lost 10 kilos in weight, and for the first time in his career, he learned what happens when a body goes into trauma. His measurable body vitality dropped from 100% to a mere 5%. He said of this time, "It gave me the opportunity to walk my talk." With only a week before the great race, Brock and his team travelled to Winton Motor Raceway in country Victoria, and for the first time, Brock is introduced to the specially prepared Holden V8 supercar. He and his co-driver, Craig Baird, put the car through exhaustive tests. And for the first time in 5 years, the master is back, doing what he does best. The young guns watch and wonder. Has he still got it?
when we had it before, when I sort of thought, yeah, we're on the right track, you arrived there and the car sort of seemed to take a set. You could actually get the corner, it felt like it was sort of like that. Everything we've done since then has just been, you know, it has a nail.
No, we're just tuning the suspension. We've got a bit of understeer and we've been using up a bit too much travel. So we've just changed bump stops and springs and we'll see how that goes.
It's as if all roads lead to Bathurst. With the mountain in their sights, it's as if the race team transporters hold back to allow Team Brock to lead the parade. Is it out of respect? Or concern that a 57-year-old is about to give them the lesson of their life?
Bathurst is unique. There is, I guess, an understanding with the general public and with the drivers and entrants and participants. They feel this is a very special piece of real estate. It's evolved, I guess, from the pick and shovel days when they built that road. There was a scenic road during the Great Depression. It follows the natural topographical features. It's not a track that has been designed by computers or with a heavy engineering input. It has got blind crests and brows. It's got cambers that sort of trick you out. It's a fantastic bit of road. And I think because it's that way, drivers appreciate it. They know that it's difficult and they know that it's going to be one that they're going to have to rise to the occasion to get it right. And, you know, the general public recognise that. They know that Bathurst is something special. There's something about that track, there's something about that name which inspires, I guess, a level of awe in the psyche of the majority of Australians. They just feel it, they know it. And you can talk about Sandown, you can talk about Oran Park, you can talk about all these other tracks, but when you say Bathurst, and we're going to go around that mountain, and we're going to get this car singing along around through McPhillamy and over Skyline and whatever, people go, yep, their ears prick up because they know that is challenging and it's become part of the Australian idiom.
It's to be the 40th anniversary of the race, and the Bob Jane T-March 1000 promises to be bigger and more exciting than ever.
I just put that on there, right? So when I pull the belt up, it just slips straight between. When I hop out, that'll be on the left.
It's basically the same as the other stuff, except it's not so that's not wood.
What are you doing, Bev?
I am just finding out where I'm going to put the Velcro to...
Just for the seat for the driver change.
Yeah, seat, so that they don't have to change the back, but just the seat, because they both have different thigh supports. So we've got to make it simple so they can change their lower seat as they drive and change.
All the best.
Thank you.
Have a good run. See you, mate. Yeah. As you said, bit of handshake, bit of fun. Good on you.
There should be a file at the front. I'll go and get some.
Sitting walking the side door to the right, there's about 20,000 of them.
Even before his car is put on the track, we see why Brocky is loved by motor fans, especially the kids. For them, there's always time.
Yes, extremely.
We don't mind that.
Things being old. Oh, you wanted your bear done, did you, darling?
Okay, we'll do it.
Just started out as a gag. Where's our gag?
It's become big time. It's going to be big time. It's one of the old man's visions. Make it look like you're going down the bowls club there. That's it. That's the one. Yeah, they have. Oh, what a bottle. Yeah. Blazing up the hill there. Oh, no!
A challenge by radio personalities becomes one of the week's lighter moments. And for a brief time, the camaraderie between rivals provides an unusual but poignant photo opportunity.
You thought go-kart racing was dangerous. Go.
Well, I mean, everyone knows that I've landed on my head a few weeks ago in this go-kart thing, and most people would say he's past it. What's he doing out here driving around Bathurst again? So, yeah, Scapey just took me for a bit of a trip in the wheelchair, bit of fun.
Well, I saw you at the end of the safari. They didn't, and I tell you what, you looked a lot worse at the end of the safari. You just did them bang an act on in that wheelchair.
Oh yeah, I know. I was. They do a count on your welfare, basically your body's vitality, and I was down to 5%. Well, right now, as you're talking, I'm nearly 100%. I'm around 97 or some number like that, which is pretty damn good. So I'm feeling fit and ready to go.
Bathurst is many things to many people. It is history and heritage, art and culture, education and training. But to the thousands of fans who make the pilgrimage every year, it is the spiritual home of Australian motorsport.
There's Dickie and all these people I know. What's happening?
Yeah, look at that. The historic touring car race. Did you come with the food trolley?
Now watch this, guys. I'm wide for
Traditionally, before the great race, the drivers attend a major autograph session that continues into the night. As history tells it, Peter Brock initiated this signing tradition, his way of giving something back to the fans. This now has become an integral part of the Bathurst weekend and motorsport in general.
Okay, go. Hey, Peter. No, we're going to put this here.
Thanks for signing my block for me.
Did I do a good job? Did you read it? Signed it with me. Okay, there you go. Cheers. Way you go, way you go. Just a jacket.
You would come back to this very famous place that you've enjoyed such immense success over the years.
Barry, not in my wildest dreams. I didn't for a moment think that when Scapey and I had a great run really until the car sort of just misfired a bit. But I thought that's a pretty good way to quit. It worked out, I thought, okay. And as they say, quit while you're ahead, move on. But circumstances changed, and here I am, 2002, sitting there a day away from getting back on the track that I love so much. I've got some interest. My feelings are, well, I can't wait to get out there because the car's sort of pretty good, and V8 supercar, you know, it's got about maybe 600 plus horsepower, nice 6-speed gearbox, big Roddy Harrop brakes and stuff like that. Why wouldn't you want to get out there and have a drive? But of course, there is the other feelings, which is, well, I don't want to make a mug of myself. I want to drive around there pretty well. I haven't done much driving in a V8 supercar at all since '97. A few laps the other day at Winton, but mainly sorting out the springs and shocks and stuff like that, so he could make it, nice to drive. So it's going to be interesting the next few days.
Now, Peter, what's been the response from your literally hundreds of thousands of fans out there that you've been signing autographs for vigorously for quite some time? What's been the response from them?
Well, basically, their expectations are quite high. They reckon, yeah, Brocky, you can do it, number 2, that sort of stuff. And they figure that there's no reason why you can't just get out there and sort of do what you did over all these years. Well, you and I both know that that's not necessarily the case. There's a lot of other issues that you've really got to look at these days. Getting your team sort of organised and making them feel good about what's going on. Reliability is a major factor. And, just the whole world of V8 supercar racing now has changed, even if it's only subtly year to year. By the time you look at 5 years, you think, yep, things have changed a fair bit. There's a lot of different rules and regulations with testing and things like that. I'm having trouble with the pit speed limiter. I'll probably get pinged on that a few times, but I'm working on it. It's new technology for a PB. But so the people have been very, very supportive, and I guess you could say they've been very optimistic. My peer group, the people sitting on my right, and I guess the Ford people on my left, they're probably feeling quite different. A lot of them are sort of thinking, what's he doing here? Come on, Brock, move over, you're past your use-by date, that sort of stuff. So quite a difference between those involved closely in motor racing plus versus the enthusiasts.
Fantastic. Well, Peter, it's great to have you back here. I know that the fans are very keen to catch up with you and get an autograph. Have a great, safe run on Sunday and take care.
Thank you very much, Barry. And look, I do appreciate the tremendous level of support I've got out there, and I'll be getting around the top of that mountain. I'll be enjoying myself. I'll be giving you a wave, and I hope you wave back.
I certainly will. Peter Brock, ladies and gentlemen.
Thursday, the first day of business. With all of the teams strutting their stuff for the eager fans, it is the sleek and stylish Team Brock car that turns heads. But looks aren't everything. This is the time for the drivers, the cars, and the circuit to become as one, to work in symmetry in a search for the perfect drive.
I found this from 1997, or 1995 what it was. Stop my fingers getting worn through. Everything else I'd lost.
Well, this is something that I suppose everybody wants to be involved in a race team with an icon, and all of a sudden we've had the opportunity where you can get one of the team owners, who is the icon, Peter Brock, to get in and drive the car. So I know we're fairly excited about it, and I suppose all the people in Bathurst are too, because I think you'll see the biggest crowd you'll ever see at Bathurst for a long time, and they've probably come to see one man, and that's the man sitting in the car there now. So she'll be a big weekend.
Practice sessions are few in the lead up to the race. Most teams would like more time to accustom their driver and car to the track, but this is not to be. There are only 3 practice opportunities before race start. This is not nearly enough time for the teams striving for perfection. The race requires a constant adjustment to the car's dynamics in search of the perfect balance. 21st century technology allows the race car engineers in the pits to virtually be in the driver's seat. While this is a vital component in modern racing, it also puts the drivers under intense scrutiny and immense pressure to perform.
gave the impression it's got a top answer every minute.
Yeah. What's the pit line speed? Good.
But understood isn't very much so on Hill Corner, Murray's Corner.
I just wobbled around a bit. The car wasn't feeling, balanced at all. But it was, nice to be back there. Sort of, it becomes quite instinctive, I think. You know where to put the brakes on and where to change that down through the gears. I sort of, did 2 or 3 laps. I thought, oh yeah, that's what you do. So, just let Craig have a play around, and we just changed the car again when I hopped out to try and stop it from misbehaving. It was pretty good.
Rocky dismisses problems with the car as being minor. However, as we are to learn, things are not going to plan, and there are problems that could seriously jeopardise Team Brock's chances.
Running down and forming a pool on the back of the block, and then it's bones right.
Because the back edge of the flywheel is dry. There's not a skerrick on it.
No, it's not the rear main.
It's not the rear main as far as I can see. It might be coming from up above a bit.
Mate, you're going to have to pull the belt housing off to know what it is properly.
Yep.
With the old master and the young gun, Craig Baird, being co-drivers, it is becoming increasingly apparent that their driving styles and techniques are different.
No, it wasn't too bad. We no major problems. We actually ran out of fuel just on the last couple of laps, but so we missed the last couple of laps of the practice. But apart from that, everything ran pretty smoothly, which is good.
Compromises will have to be made to balance and tune the car to satisfy both drivers. But this will take time. And for Team Brock, time is at a premium. While the crew carry out continual checks and running adjustments on the car, what appears at first as a minor problem with the radiator is hopefully fixed with a couple of new clamps.
Well, basically, we had a small oil leak from the gearbox area, so we're now changing the front input shaft seal on the gearbox. And Ross is doing some bigger radiator clamps for the hoses.
Friday the 11th, October 2002. The crowds are building, and so is the tension. While the focus is on the star drivers and their high-tech machinery, the little boy lost wanders onto the Team Brock enclosure. Harrison gets closer to his idol than he ever imagined possible. But how he will explain this to his dad is another story.
Hey Harrison, just enjoy yourself while you're in the pits. You're in this one, aren't you? You'll find yourself.
Your dad will be as worried about you as you are about us. You're a sight, aren't you? You can tell him all the good things you've done while you've been looking for it. Do you want to take it back to the police?
Yeah, all right. You got some good times, didn't you? We're getting lucky young guys. 30th anniversary, Brocky's got the balls to come back and have a run. Good on him. He's still really king of the show, isn't he? All in all, probably unlikely with all the young blokes that he's going to make number 10, but it will give him a nice financial boost for maybe a two-car team next year, eh? I think he'll do a really good job. I think take Ed and Peter will be a good combination, and hopefully we better. But they'll do a good job. He's definitely, you know, he's an old statesman of the sport, and it's good to see him come back. Probably be the last time you'll ever see him.
It'll be good for the fans trying to finish, but not to win.
As long as you beat Scafie over the line, that's the main thing.
Top 10 to be good. Top 10. Yeah, very good. No problem.
6.2 kilometers of racetrack. Race pace, 2 minutes 12 seconds per lap. 161 relentless laps, if you can cut it. Because this place, Mount Panorama, takes no prisoners when it comes to race cars. And neither do the patrons on the mountain, Hamburger Hill.
You got a tax problem, right? Why are you earning the money?
You've got a sheep problem and a farm problem. Right, that's
You have no money. Look at Dick Johnson. You should have been there.
Yes, welcome back to another session.
fortunate we're on the mountain. As you can see, I've got big fella over here who doesn't like Ballarat people.
Afternoon, how are we?
Yeah,
Having a lovely time.
So, and what do you find of the mountain so far?
I love the mountain. I've had a lot of drinks and I'm doing very well.
We're here for Brocky. Hey, Brocky! Brocky!
Hey, Pointer goes all right?
32 years.
You know he's not
32 years he's been coming. You've been coming here 32 years.
Sure have.
Yeah, tell us about it.
I'm coming here till I get a good one.
He hasn't had a good one yet. Well, don't tell his wife.
Make it a good year. Who do you want to win?
Plenty of girls, plenty of racing, and the great red and white machine, the Noble Holden team to win. 1-2. Same like Brocky did in 72. Fire Street. 79 in the A9X. And I tell you what, who'll run third? The 05. He's a legend. He's my god.
Is he?
My bloody oath.
The drivers, the cars, and their pit crews perfect their teamwork. Because here on the track, it's not just a matter of seconds. It's fractions of a second that can win or lose the great race.
Just got to let him bang and just go because it's just basically circulating on a hope and a prayer.
With less than 24 hours to Saturday's top 15 shootout and a chance to pick up bonus points and prize money, things are not right. The vehicle is 2 seconds off race pace, with no sign of improvement in sight. The dynamics of the car are not right, and difficult decisions must be made. The stress is beginning to show on the entire team. Craig Baird gives it his best shot, but the writing is on the wall for the shootout.
So, being Friday afternoon, we've really got to take stock of it. Say, okay, we're not in tomorrow morning's activities.
We'll be out tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon. So really we've got to think in terms of your mapping, economy, hardware, everything you can do like that now, we can comfortably do it.
For Team Brock, it is a sit-out, not a shootout.
Look on the upside, we're not involved with the distraction of doing the Hardy's Heroes.
Exactly right.
It's a distraction I wouldn't mind though. They're sort of saying, oh, yeah, that's pretty good. I said, hang on, you're 2 seconds slower than the HRT.
Yeah.
That's not right. Yeah. And it doesn't matter how many times you have a go, you're not going to be able to just magically get 2 seconds out of a new set of tyres and having a red hot go. You've got to start looking at the chassis. You've got to start looking at other things. So that's my point of view. And I know, and I did a couple of laps then, and I said, well, that car's got massive understeer as far as I'm concerned, and it won't go any faster with me driving it, because every time I get to it, Murray's Corner, Hill Corner, cutting, and I suppose you could say when you get to the Forest Elbow, like that much understeer, it's grinding across the road. You can see my marks on the road from that before. I said, no, it needs a change. Now, Craig's saying, oh yeah, if I have this setup, then I reckon I can pull a time out. So he has a go pulling a time out, and the answer is the time's up there. So if you're gaining wisdom from the experience, which hopefully you could take, you'd say, well, we better try something a little bit different for the next session, which is tomorrow afternoon. Yeah. Because the car is not far away. It's quite good as far as a race car is concerned. Yeah. Will it actually go fast enough to be able to comfortably slot in there with the top 10 cars or whatever, you know? And that's what we've got to make it do. Forget about pulling a screamer, just floating along there, pointing in nicely, squeezing the power down, getting a bit of a toe down the stretch, you know, it's like when you get in the rhythm of the race here, and not making mistakes. So I don't think we're too far away from it. My gut feeling is one small change to the rear suspension and we're there.
Basically changing everything for the race. We do gearbox, bell housing, clutch, diff, axles, tail shaft, you name it. The motor gets refitted out, back to fresh. That's about it really. Get it back to brand new, so everything's new for the race.
How did the guys go today?
We're struggling a little bit in qualifying, a little bit of understeer. So when we finally got the car right and put some new tyres on it, the Shell Helix car dropped the oil at the top of the mountain, so we couldn't get a quick lap in. So we don't know yet. The second session of qualifying hasn't finished, so we don't know how we've qualified. So
looking good for tomorrow?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Late night tonight?
It shouldn't be too late. Be out of here by sort of 8, I'd say. So not too late. Not like the old days where you hit till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So no, it's good.
To miss the shootout cuts deep, but the disappointment has bonded the team. They're determined to do everything possible to place the vehicle in a competitive position on the starting grid tomorrow. By now, it is evident that the crowd will reach record numbers. How many have come to see the return of the King is hard to tell, but the traditional Saturday afternoon chance for the fans to get up close and personal with the cars and the stars brings them out in their thousands.
It's got to be the best race in Australia.
By far. I've been looking forward to getting back here since I left here last year, so...
This is part of the course, the signing.
It's actually becoming a bigger part of what we do than what we actually do on the racetrack. We do more of this a year than we do spend time on the racetrack, so I enjoy it.
What do you think of the Bathurst course this year?
Just fantastic. So, I mean, the whole thing is just bigger and bigger every year. The crowds are bigger, the cars are quicker. It's just a phenomenal package. It would be nice to stand up top of that podium again.
Top bloke is a co-driver.
Yeah, co-driver's a good guy too.
Co-driver's a top bloke.
Yeah, top bloke, that Tim Lee. It's a shame he comes from London.
Can you understand what he's saying?
Now, what do you got that Team Brock hat on for? What's wrong with Aussie, mate?
We're rooting for you too, mate.
Just barracking it, probably do.
Yeah, well.
I don't want you to go overboard.
How's the track suiting you?
It's fantastic this year. The surface is nice and good. Tyres are gripping up well, so it's going to be a very fast race. Rocky.
Everything is good.
At the end, he's got as good a chance as anyone. The car's still very fast, so it's hard to predict a winner tomorrow.
How are you guys feeling about tomorrow?
Thank you, boys. Good as always. Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's a long day. Feeling better than these people getting chucked out of pit lane. Yeah.
Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
And one more piece.
We don't need luck. We've got skill and talent on our side. One more? Good on you.
Is this yours?
Jordan? Thank you very much. Good luck.
What do you think? Oh, kids, how are you going?
Thank you.
There you go. It's part of the pit crew.
these the perks and what's the perks of being a mechanic on the Brock?
That's exactly right.
You like to think so, yeah.
A bit disappointing missing the shootout.
Yeah, it is a little bit, but it just shows the competitiveness of this championship, you know. Such a big track that, you know, the time wasn't too bad. It was still pretty competitive, but yeah, it's just one of those things. But it's a long race tomorrow, so hopefully we'll be there at the end.
The effect of Team Brock's position has not dampened the enthusiasm of the Brock fans as the long line extends. But there is one more practice session, one more chance to get it right.
Just put it down when you're ready, Matt.
Even the great Harry Firth, winner of the very first Bathurst and a lifelong friend and supporter of Brocky, arrives to offer advice.
Very important here.
From that day in 1963, when Harry and Bob Jane crossed the line in first position, he has been acknowledged as knowing more about the track than anyone.
You've got to be going. Before you get across the corner, you've got to be into it and going. Like 10 miles an hour extra all the way uphill. And what you do while you're doing that, you pop the brakes a little bit early. So you're really...
Harry's been over there.
Yeah.
Handing me little notes. He's been watching, sitting, looking. He's feeling the tyre when it comes off the car. I reckon the wheel open, he'll sit there and touch it. And he's been telling us little things like, the car needs this or does that. And I said to a few of the boys, ignore what Harry says at your own peril, because nearly everything he's saying is absolutely spot on.
It's sharp, isn't it?
But it's in 1970s jargon.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
And stiffer here and put that on there. And, you know, I thought it's just amazing how things change and yet everything stays the same.
This is a time to give it a red-hot go. last, Brocky returns to pit lane happy.
That's good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What about the front, though?
It's what?
The front, does that feel
beautiful? Yeah. It's just like you can just arrive there, turn the corner, flatten it.
But this is a two-driver team, and what suits the king doesn't suit the young gun.
You really need to come in there and feed it in. The steering's heavier than it is. I actually like it because it's more, shall we say, instead of your overturning, which is easy to do because it's so light, so tending to go like that sort of, you know, it takes a set. Like Reed Park, I was easily quicker through there than I've ever been all weekend.
Right, okay.
Because what happens, you turn in so easy down the bottom here, it's like either the steering's either C solid because at that point, or it's very light. Well, now it's quite, I think it's quite good. I'm thinking in terms
of the changes we made to the front, we took out some of the solid bump spacer and put more spongy stuff in, so the bump rubber comes into play sooner. But the other difference is the sway bar that was having a bit of a bind, so where that's helping as well.
Whatever it is, it feels good.
Maybe that's why the steering's heavier, it's getting more bite in the front, so the sway bar's not.
Look, the bottom line is that is a drive. You go to the petrol against the car now and run right with HRT, I'll tell you.
With that 90 rear spring though, set it down, it'd be a definite. We've got to try it. We've got enough time.
Absolutely.
I reckon you'll find it'll be better again.
Well, should you put petrol in it to do that? Should you put some petrol in it to do that?
I'm going to have to
try
put some petrol in it next
Oh,
time, regardless.
The pit crew's job is vital to the team's success, and despite the obvious need for speed, there are many safety factors that they have to adhere to, or put everyone at risk and suffer penalties.
You want to jump back in? He's just doing a couple and coming in. He's happy. Let's see what you reckon.
Throw them on?
Yeah, throw it on.
Well, what are we achieving? It's got a full guts of fuel in it, isn't it?
Yeah, you're happy not to drive it? You'll drive it, warm up with a full tank of fuel? Doesn't worry you?
Frank,
Still the rain coming. Yeah. Oh, if rain's coming, we'll stop.
I don't mind driving it and having a run in the rain.
What you think of it on full tanks, though?
Oh, yeah.
Just for a couple.
Yeah. I don't like it with a 90 in it. It just goes back to this walking up the hill. You can't turn it in and plant it up the hill.
But that's probably why it's good to try it with full tanks, plus the roll centers down low, I think.
Yeah. Leave the hot ones on it so you can get the...
Comes in, put them on, like tight, and then ride tight.
Gee, they felt wobbly in the first lap, those things. They knew when you put them on there and they went out.
They're down pretty low on like their race pressure. They're up in 2 laps, they're up to 30.
And then did one lap and it's still a bit of...
Second lap they should have come on.
Second lap they were starting to come good. Third lap, beautiful. That's why I thought I'll put it away. Don't put this on where they are.
Nice funny steering wheel.
You don't do a hot lap with them, you just do it out.
Yeah, what did you say? Run that by me. Just tell me what you said then.
He gets to do a warm-up lap.
One warm up and out in.
Out and then in, no
Correct.
hot lap.
No, no,
He knows
not
that.
past the pits. Not past
Never go past it.
Never go past the pits.
Right,
That's because we're such nice people. You want to
Leave it like that, remember that.
At last, with the car's times improving, Brocky acknowledges the two drivers are beginning to work as a team.
That's not a bad lap time with a full tank of juice.
Yeah, that's all right. Good.
That's right in there with, all these other guys. That's significantly faster than Gary Roche's outfit. The second lap, really. It's 11.6. And don't forget all those times at the top there where the guys go out empty.
Yeah, no, that's what
Never run empty, and they come back and put juice in. Yeah.
See where the horse bit me? He's stupid as he looks.
Don't put a little sign in there, the electrician did not like.
What? Is it pussy? Shit everywhere. Matty? Where's Matty? Yeah. Where's your $50, mate? Hey, it's not over yet, mate. It's not over yet, alright? Hey.
That's what you can't afford, mate. I like the 10 up and 50. You make that so easy.
Both the race car and the drivers are in tune for tomorrow's great race. Spirits are high. The months of preparation is about to be put on the line, and Team Brock is quietly confident.
Let's do the served. Tucker time. Come through, Ron. It's okay, mate.
Thank you.
Okay, folks.
All the best for Mark, Peter.
And for the fans, the exhilaration, the opportunity of being in the company of Peter Brock is enough.
Okay. I'll change, okay. What up, folks?
Okay. We'll do them down there at T-Dale. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thanks, folks.
It was good. We had a good practice day. Obviously a little bit disappointed with qualifying yesterday, but that's the way it is. But the car was very, very good as a race car with full tank of fuel in it. It was only half a second quicker than slower than what we qualified. So I think tomorrow depending on weather and everything. I think Mr. Brock wants it to rain, so hopefully it'll rain when he's in there and not when I'm in there. But hey, it'll be a good day. No matter what happens, I think we'll be there at the end, and if we are, we should hopefully you can film us on the podium. I'll be a lot happier on the podium than here.
These boys are everywhere.
Gotta watch your P's and Q's on too.
Yeah, you can't swear at it.
I don't know what these guys would have picked up by now.
I'm feeling pretty good. I guess I'm feeling probably even more positive because the drivers are quite happy with the car. Peter went out in the session this afternoon and he pronounced the car, I think his words were magnificent over the radio, so as long as they're in a positive frame of mind, I think we're in for a good race. We're starting a little bit down the grid, but that's probably not that all that important in a race of this length. So no, all in all, we're looking pretty good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep, thanks.
Feeling confident tomorrow?
Yeah, looking very good.
Yeah, happy with today's times?
Yes, the car's a very, very good race package. So it'll be fantastic, I think.
What's the game plan for tomorrow?
Get the front and increase the lead? No, seriously, it's a hell of a long way, 161 laps, and the trick is to stay out of trouble and stay on the lead lap is the most important thing. So as long as you can run on the lead lap, then pace car things you can work. As soon as you're off the lead lap, you're in trouble. So we just go through the number of pit stops we have to do and get all them right. Hopefully,
Any
it'll,
secret plans you want to release?
no secrets. No, just get out there and everyone do their best and hopefully have a good day.
I do need some veto over what this bloke's put on tape. We do the series, so we know.
I said that before. I said he's got some very interesting stuff there.
He does.
I just think this hamster's been a long time. Big day. Big day for that hamster.
I may have said some things about drivers too that I probably shouldn't. Yeah.
No, he did. But we actually, you could put a few things like that in and just as a, like, just a purpose.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We'll sort him out. So what do we do?
I think you've got some sort of thing.
We have. Look.
We've got some sort of thing.
The importance of the Bathurst 1000 race to the survival of Team Brock is paramount. A successful race tomorrow will guarantee the longevity of the team. Sunday, race day. Team Brock, first on the block. 7 a.m. Craig Baird takes the 05 car out on the first warm-up lap of today.
Craig's starting.
The day of the great race, the Bathurst 1000.
Everything's sweet, yeah, no, the car come together well yesterday. Everything that the boys want to do with it come through. And drivers come out, thumbs in the air. So as a race package, we think we're sort of on the money, so. I think so, yeah, both guys are hitting about what we believe race pace will be. So, at the end of the day, 161 laps, checkered flag drops, hopefully we're there. Time will tell.
Looking forward to it, Craig?
Always looking forward to it, mate.
What are you expecting?
What's that?
What are you expecting? Number one.
You got Brocky with me, so he's done enough times. I think he might be able to do it, eh?
Happy with the car setup? Yeah, car I think is yesterday afternoon changed a few things. It's obviously not right early in the week, on Thursday, Friday. So I was pretty happy. And that gives the team a good feeling.
Then it's Brock's turn.
Yeah, how's it, mate?
Good, I'm to wear it out.
Sounds good to me.
Both drivers agree. The race car is primed and ready. But there are other elements on the horizon.
I was talking to a few of the locals, and they said, yeah, it's looked like this plenty of times, but it hasn't actually rained. But my bet is that it will rain, because the V8 Thunder usually shakes the clouds a bit and down comes the rain.
The eagerness to race has to be tempered with final preparation and cross-checks. There is no mistaking the success of this race. Each year it continues to capture the attention of the Australian public. And this year is no exception, with crowd numbers exceeding expectations. The 1,000-kilometre endurance event is notorious worldwide. Mount Panorama will never be just another race. The track invariably has surprises, and today will be no exception as the race unfolds.
Just when I had new pads in the front.
Get rid of the hype and get into the action. Race the car. That'll be good.
But before the race can start, the tradition of the event continues. Over the last 40 years, this place has etched in racing fans' memories characters and events that have become synonymous with Australian motorsporting history. For Peter Brock, the final stage of the journey and the moment is not lost.
There's an enormous level of emotion and expectation from the race fans, and I mean you can't help but feel that. A few times I was driving around here before, the crowd were just going ballistic, all jump, or they were standing, just applauding and stuff like that, yelling, and I thought, it's pretty nice. Yeah, this is pretty good. This is one of those sort of excellent moments that happen in your life, and I think I'm very, very, very privileged. How many?
13 minutes to pit lane close.
Which is basically, you really want the race to start. Once it starts, it all falls into place. At the moment, although there is, they'll have to do it. You're trying to stop yourself without any expectation whatsoever. There's some part of you which is responding to that. Bit of adrenaline stuff. Thanks, Bob.
Photographed here with Dr. Eric Doka. His chiropractic adjustments enabled Peter's return to racing after the Darwin go-kart crash. Many trusted friends and colleagues have assisted Peter Brock's return to the mountain. And it would be true to say that this would not have happened without the support of Peter's #1 fan, Beth.
Oh, it's awesome. It's just amazing. I mean, with that sort of atmosphere and support, you know that no matter what he does, he's going to do his best and they're just going to be happy and he's going to be out there giving everything he can. So, to be honest, it doesn't feel as though we've been away at all.
So, Roddy, I'll just give you a countdown with laps.
But we're probably the data there, which we'll be checking.
Back and get it organised?
That's fine.
Enjoy.
It's a long way back there, isn't it? It's a long way to the top.
I know you said it was a challenge.
Exactly. It's a long way to the top.
Good luck, sir. Cheers.
All right, see you later.
It was sort of like this for his farewell. but they never expected to see him back. So I sense this, there's a different energy. It was like there was a sadness then, whereas there's a real excitement now, and it's like they're more manic. It's amazing. It's just incredible crowd reaction.
Throughout Peter Brock's driving career, there'd always been that annual appointment at Bathurst, Mount Panorama. And today, even though he's well back on the grid, the anticipation for race start is itching away in Brocky and all Team Brock.
Yep.
And you may well be fresher and stronger hands than the driver getting out.
Oh, okay. You want to reef up on that?
If necessary, if you need to come around and just start tracking those things in.
Yep. I'll keep an eye out. No problem.
The hardest one's those two there.
Yeah.
And Craig's got a full face helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to pull my helmet down the last couple of times, but if I pull it down, then I can
Yeah, you can see what's going on.
If I don't pull it down, I can't see it.
Okay. Obviously over there, top on the top's the mist and lights. Wiper directly underneath in your rain light. I mean, hopefully, Peter, we won't need them, but looks like there might be a bit of moisture around.
Now, what I'm going to do in this stint is basically, if the traffic opens up, obviously I'll take the opportunity. But if not, I just want to do, we'll just get our first tank of juice out of the way.
Yep.
And then, we'll just, I mean, it could fall into our hands, but I'll be reasonably circumspect because I only finish this race.
Exactly. That's what we've got to do, is finish the bloody thing.
We finish it, we'll be looking good.
Not nervous. It's interesting. I think at this stage you get down to the business end of it. I'm actually, if anything, feeling a little bit removed because they can't do any more, and it's just depends what happens, how it unfolds from here on in. So yeah, I'm excited, I suppose. Not nervous.
This is what it's all about. Putting on the grid for 10 o'clock at Bathurst. After that, we're just in the lap of the gods. Boys have prepped the car, the best you can. Obviously, the drivers are totally pumped and everything else. So they've got to go to work now, and we just sit back and watch.
Just for the record, where people starting on the grid is straddle the checker, flag line, finish line. So as long as we're back here in about 6.5 hours, that'll be fine.
That'd be great. That's a good one.
He's onto it, look at him, he's going for it.
You've got to get these little bits here.
Starting is one thing. Staying on that lead lap is all important to have any chance at winning and gaining that prestigious finish. Finishing the Bathurst 1000 is paramount. Sliding out of Conrod Strait into Caltech's Chase, these vehicles are travelling up to 300 kilometres per hour plus. Accelerating up the mountain, then driving flat out down from Skyline into the Dipper is not for the faint-hearted. Total concentration and well-honed instincts are vital.
It appears to me that they've done the right thing by their much faster counterparts on the super screen.
Yep, I'm seeing that too. Just hold till I get confirmation of that and then we'll get you in.
Accidents and breakdowns do happen across the circuit. The introduction of the pace car and new rules have become a contentious issue with some drivers.
Peter, stop this time, watch the yellow line as you come into pit lane, and remember to do your belt and your radio plug.
Radio contact between race car and pit base is vital to this race. This also applies to the pace car because when communication is lost, as happened at this meeting, many teams suffer the consequences.
Alright boys, smooth and easy, alright? We can do this easily.
The all-important pit change. The pit crew is hyped and ready. It takes 30 seconds to fill this V8 supercar with race fuel. That's the maximum time this vehicle should be in the pits. But this is Bathurst, and you can guarantee that things will never go to plan.
car, mate. It might have fuel on one of the tyres. Just be a bit careful, it could be pretty skaty. Could you please press the fuel reset button? Yes, done, mate, done. Why did the fuel take so long? Just trying to work that out now, mate.
Peter was one of the many teams there to make that call and come in on that safety car period, Peter.
Yeah, we got it right. I don't know how long the number 17 car was parked there, but when I saw that, I just said to the boys, I'm in. There's car, there's shrapnel, there's all sorts of stuff here, so safety car will go.
We heard you on the radio a little earlier in your stint going, this is just the best fun.
Yeah, it is great. Yeah, the car itself, well, it's interesting because it changes full tank, fuel, empty. So I was kept busy, and I had a couple of Trat and Faulkner around me, so I was sort of thinking I'd like to have a clear bit of road here, but to do that I've got to pass them. That's going to take some work.
First stint into the race, was it still a good idea to come back?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's you know, you're driving around there, the car's running beautifully. I think Craig will get that car humming along, so no doubt about that. I said to the boys before I start, this is going to be all about getting the first full stop, unscathed, and our plan is obviously last 25, 30 laps of the race.
Thanks, Peter.
Cheers.
We've got the safety car board being shown again down here. The safety car board has been shown directly in front of us, and I'm not too sure why, Lance, whether something's happened that we're not aware of. Heading down the main straight, Conroe straight here at Mount Panorama, 61, and the Aussie Mail car, the flames shooting out the exhaust pipe going to the Aussie Mail.
5 cars in front of him are all the leaders. There's no one lapped in front of him.
Tried to take advantage of the safety car, but so did everyone else. So anybody from 16th onwards actually went off the lead lap.
We were one of them.
Yeah.
You're joking. I thought that we
came in too early.
Oh, that's shocking. I thought that we probably did all right. But safety car's out, we're in, we go straight out behind it, we're looking good.
Yeah, we got done. Safety car, like we should run the extra lap, tighten up, because the car's going to, here, they're going to be out for a while. Yeah. We'll make it up that way.
Down here it's been pretty hectic. We're going to give Grant Boyden a bit of a break so he can catch his breath and have a drink and go for a pit stop for himself. So there's some interesting times ahead here in the Bob Jane T-March 1000.
Beardy's moved back up to 19th or something. So
Yeah, he'll get the thing whipping along. I'll do this next thing, and then we'll check him and leave him in. The car's running good.
Making sure the tyres are warmed up.
Got shuffled back a lap with that pace car, lap 29, basically through no fault of our own. We just sort of zigged when we should have zagged, I suppose. So we're hoping for a similar sort of turn of the wheel a little later on, but the car seems to be running well, circulating, get stuck into it, see what happens.
Nice. So we should have another 6-7 laps at least.
Can I put my hat on?
Sorry?
Get my hat on.
Yeah, we'll get ready anyway. So I think I'm going to run it until it pops on reserve. Unless, yeah.
Yeah, run it.
Yeah. Man!
Still stretches out again, doesn't it? He's a minute 54 behind this bloke.
Yeah. But if the 5 cars in front of him piss, will they wave him through and pick up the genuine leader?
They've got to pick up whoever's leading.
Yeah, that's right. So if the 5 cars in front of him peel out for a safety car, and we can keep going, they should wave us through and we should be able to catch the back of the train and get back on the lead lap. If the 5 peel out.
So you're going to need to go to reserve this lap and pit. Okay.
Some race cars are experiencing heating problems. Team Brock is no exception.
We might have a bit of plastic inside the radiator inlet. The temperature's going up and down a bit, so it's not real bad, but it's I think it's a bit of a concern.
We're doing tyres as well. Yeah, tyres and You've got a couple of minutes, you've got probably 3 minutes before the safety car comes back around again.
Yeah. I'll do my pads.
You do your pads, then check under the bonnet.
But you get the bonnet up.
Contact on top of the mountain brings out the pace car again. Team Brock takes advantage to check the heating issue and repad brakes.
There's no leaks nowhere.
There's no water on the engine anywhere.
Just let it run on, mate.
The situation has not changed. At lap times of 2 minutes 12 seconds, an overheating V8 engine's life expectancy is not great.
It just went up to 92, and then all of a sudden I went to 105, and it came back to 97.
Well, at least it's not going over the,
Yeah, but it's going to 115 and setting the alarm off. But it's coming back down.
Coming back down, well, that's good.
Yeah, but it's
Mate,
still got pressure.
If it had no water in it, when you undid that cap, it wouldn't have spewed any water out. Exactly. Yeah. There's heaps of water in there.
Well, there's heaps of pressure.
Yeah.
Let the pressure out and you've got to pull the cap up and there's heaps of water, so put it straight back on again because we weren't going to achieve anything.
If you want to have another look, wait till he catches the back of the train, we can get him back in
No,
here.
it's good.
There's nothing you can do. That's what I'm saying.
We'll just keep an eye on it.
If there's something wrong, it's internally.
If you wanted to try something else, once he's back on the back of the train, we can come in, spend another few minutes in here, go back out, still not lose anything.
I think, you just got to see more of the same, because as soon as they lifted it, just had bloody fluid.
Yeah, well, there's no coolant anywhere around the water pump or hoses or anything. It's plenty of everything in there. Yeah. We'll better record those.
Down a lap and with heating problems. The decision is made. Replace the thermostat.
The pressure doesn't make sense if it's internal. If it was a head gasket, we'll just dump the water out because it'll overcome the pressure of the cap.
It's like the radiator's blocked, but it's a new one. We've got the old radiator, you slam the other radiator back in. Hey? We've got a radiator, you slam the radiator back in. The old one.
no sign of improvement. But this is the great race, and for Team Brock, their Bathurst 1000 story unfolds.
Push it in the bay.
And do what? Change the radio?
Well, you want to try that?
To challenge the mountain without mishap or risk is not the Bathurst story. Mastery of machine and mind is the challenge here. And that all-important finish.
Yeah, it's overheated, and the guys have checked everything. Our chief engineer Ron Harrop said, "Oh, it could be the impeller on the water pump slipping." I said, "You're drawing a very long bow there, Ronnie." Look, I was thoroughly enjoying myself that last stint, particularly amongst the traffic down the back, passing a few cars. I thought, life is good. I enjoyed it.
Now, there's not a lot to salvage now from the rest of this day, but you obviously have very big plans for Team Brock, 2003 onwards. Do you still gain a lot from today?
Oh, very much so. Craig and I were both just chatting about the drivability of the car, how nicely you can actually flow it into the corners and, get some balance and get some speed. And we both agreed that there's a couple of corners we didn't have quite the speed of the front row. You're talking HRT here, because he's running with Ambrose and those guys. I thought, this thing's a bit of a weapon.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I've got some bad news for you. You've just been dealt a black flag for that fuel incident in pit lane 2.
I'm not surprised because, that actually happened. We didn't refuel the car to cause that. That was just the temperature of the fuel rising as the car's parked, because we'd only just refueled it and spilling out. So anyway, that's life. You can't spill petrol, there's no doubt about that.
You did tell me that you were enjoying the stint in there. Considering that you haven't finished here at Bathurst and you are enjoying the moment, could we see you come back again?
Oh, my daughter's sitting next to me. She's looking at me with expectantly saying, "What is Dad going to say? Will you do this again?" I never like to say never, because life has always got little twists and turns. And I must say I thoroughly enjoyed myself out there today, but I have no intention of driving again. So situations would have to change.
Well, let's hope it doesn't end here. Thanks for your time today, Peter.
Thank you.
For Craig Baird and Peter Brock, their race is not run yet. They are here to give it their best shot. But there are limits to just how fast you want to go.
What was that? So, mate, can you say again?
Ronald's I don't know how many revs, but I can't afford to being like, I'm going uphill down the accelerator, okay?
Frank, tell him to bang it up and down a bit, I said. Then I said jump up and down on it and it should come free.
Yep. I'm doing that, it's not coming free. No, it's not coming free.
No, definitely not.
Keep going or what? What do you want to do, Frank?
Is it still stuck or is it freed up?
Not helping me. Come up there, the funnels jam as you go over the crest.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh, Jesus. Well, it's been exciting.
Hey?
It's been full of excitement.
Well, they've got to fix that properly because you can't, like, it came good once and then it did it again going into the curve at the back there. It's not sticking flat, but it's down about, but it's about half throttle. So it just keeps going, you know. And you put your foot on the brakes, the front wheels just lock up and it just keeps going straight ahead. One of those ones, you know. But I wouldn't mind betting it's something that happened when they were pulling it all apart to check out the radiator. So it's very exciting. See, I forgot motor racing could be this exciting. Things happen. Throttles down. The car's actually going good. I'm enjoying it. You can actually go out there, particularly if you get in the back of the freight train, and really have, cut it up amongst those guys, and then you've got to do something else, like a drive-through penalty or something. So then you can get a chance of going it again, doing it again. Yeah, but it's not a rush.
Yeah, because you might get 50.
Yeah, like, heat side.
When the road blokes down, there's no rush.
You can do it.
It's just a practice session, really, so it's a test session. Many track out there.
Well, you know what the problem was? It's all gone now, it's all fine. Morris will wait. Okay, good. We only need another 10 laps to get to 75% classified a finisher. We still need to roll the last lap, obviously, but that's okay.
That's all right, mate. I'll do that. I'll do that. It's running around the track now. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's still just speeding here, you're right, everyone's sort of standing up pit lane scratching their head.
True to form, Bathurst turns on the weather to liven up the event.
Very, very careful.
Can we just ask you what's going on?
What's going on?
If we knew, we'd tell you.
We're just contemplating what it is actually, we're not quite sure.
You keep looking at this little red thing that comes fresh up on the bottom of the screen here. Warning. Right, so there's nothing to do with temperature now? Something else? Yeah, still. So the radiator problem wasn't fixed? It did fix it for a while, yeah. But it's come back again. So it's obviously more. So now we are bashing our head against the brick wall. Are you going to fix the race? Yeah. We've knocked him off in the revs, and it's under control, but it's not good.
So that means there's 21 left he can do. Because if he's done 185, sorry, 86, that means 20 more is 106 plus 1. It's 21 more he can do.
Okay. How many more has the race got to go? 57,
24.
24.
And he's not going to do that many laps at the speed he's doing.
No.
And if he does 21 more, that'll mean 137. I don't mind. Well, if we could just keep rolling around, the leaders have got 23 left.
How many of the leaders got left?
23.
23?
Yeah. So we've got about 18. See, I don't know
whether he gets dragged out of it. Whether it did it crash or no, it must be on a truck, so he's had it. If it's on a truck, he's had it.
We've got a couple of scenarios. We've got Craig Lowndes on 127
As laps fly by and Mount Panorama takes care of business, Ron Harrop, now the numbers man, conceives a strategy to allow Team Brock to complete the race.
Ronnie's just doing the numbers now, which is what he does there. The leaders have 21 laps to go. You've done 118.
the car.
Sorry, the car's done 118.
Okay, that's good.
So theoretically we'll go 1, 2, we can move up 3 more.
So which puts us 20 if what kept going?
Yeah, just cruising around.
Yeah, we just keep going the pace we're going.
Yeah, I reckon the safety car's off this lap, mate.
We've got to get 121 no matter
That's
what.
right, exactly. Yeah.
158 of this 161 lap, 1,000 corner from James Eamon's 1,000 across the line. He goes. The gap is wide. 9 seconds with Steve Richards. Jason White right behind him. Now that goes down to 4.86.
lap of the race.
Is it by luck or desire?
Let him go past you.
Or are the gods of the mountain looking down favourably on Brocky as he approaches the start-finish line alongside Mark Scaife and the Holden Racing team as they take the checkered flag?
Hopefully I'll be very close to when I do the photograph.
Well done, sir.
It's a relief. It's over. And he's done infinitely more laps than I ever thought he would. And he's absolutely had a ball. It's great. It's been great.
Get inside.
They've got him down there, it'll be amazing. And that's a worry because at this time of night, trams get frantic. Can't find him.
Can't find him, but he's got to be swamped.
Where is he?
He's back at the gateway. Bradley.
Gonna have a rest.
Yeah, call you about that other stuff. Okay,
Hello. Broke the rose joint. I was doing 11 deads at the end of the race.
You're joking. We didn't have practice in Brickfields where
Yeah.
oh,
You
I
couldn't
loved
see,
it.
but
No, but when it got warm with a bit of rubber on it, oh my God.
it's one of those can't believe it's happened sort of days, you know. Like it's happened for a reason, obviously. I need to search to find out what that one is.
See you later. See you, mate.
Where's that guy?
Hello. I tell you what, you positioned the car bloody well across the finish line.
I said, yeah, absolutely, mate. I'm going to give it heat for this last corner. Well done, mate. I said, mate, we'll get all the stats around. We're going to be winning. Oh, gee whiz.
That's awesome.
I did. You know what was good fun then? Was going along on nose throttle and working out where they're going to pass you and let them by without holding them up. Like dive off over here and in through there. Because you can't wave your arms these days because of the window nets. So you got to do it with the camera.
Pull it out, mate.
I still need to fling it. Pull it out. Well, absolutely, mate. We have to finish this one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's finish the damn thing. Thanks, bud. Look, anything over about a 10th throttle, and it would. Oh yeah, go through the roof. Yeah. Like,
Let's get you in to get changed.
Okay.
$1,000 now, that thing. Thanks, brother. Shake hands.
Now, can I? Going out the front, yep, good. And away so the guys can...
Jeff and Daniel.
Now guys, I can tell you he's going out the front for signing. Glenn, you have to come out there. So they can pack up the truck. So if you want him, you're going to have to go out the front. Please guys, we're going to have to move out the front. They've got to pack. And we'll do them all out there. Come on, come through. Everybody wants it. He will sign everything as long as we go out here.
You tell him, Bev, you tell him.
Come on, please do us a favour. He'll do it all as long as you're out the front and away so the guys can pack up.
You get into trouble.
In post-race analysis back in Melbourne, Ron Harrop determined that the radiator header tank had a design manufacture fault. The radiator and thermostat were okay. Simply, when the vehicle was first built some years ago, the water flow intake from the header tank was reversed, which restricted the water pressure and reduced the cooling capacity.